I'm Chris Witherwax with the EVSC Community Link, and today we'll be taking a look at one of Evansville's more festive events, the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights. Here in a few minutes, I'll be speaking with Pam Kirk of the Easter Seals Rehabilitation Center and Paul Green of IBEW to learn more about this event. Thanks for meeting with us today, Pam.
It's my pleasure.
Paul?
Thank you.
So, Pam, I understand this is the 16th year for the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights. Can you tell us where the idea came from?
Yeah, you'll notice, of course, Ritzy's is our name sponsor, and they've been involved from the very beginning. In fact, the idea came from Andy Guagenti, who's the CEO of Ritzy's here locally. He had seen a similar drive-through light display in North Carolina when he was on vacation, and while that one didn't benefit a charity, it gave him the idea of bringing an idea like that back here to Evansville and the tri-state, and to do it to help raise money for a local cause that needed some financial assistance. And he knew that Easter Seals here locally has a lot of support. We're really fortunate that so many organizations and residents in the community were already supporting Easter Seals, and so he came to us and asked us, do you think you could gather up enough folks in the community to make it happen? So it all came from Mr. Guagenti and went on from there.
Between 1994 and 2007, the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights has made over $1,923,611. It has partially or fully funded through event proceeds 64,120 physical, occupational, and speech therapy sessions. So, Pam, I've heard the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights is set up mostly by volunteers and organizations. Can you tell me what organizations take part in this?
It's pretty much a total volunteer effort. Of course, Paul is representing the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 16, and they are a critical part of setup. NECA, which is the National Electrical Contractors Association, is very involved in providing equipment and helping to coordinate all the setup. The Teamsters, we couldn't do it without them because they provide the transportation for these huge displays back and forth from where they're stored when they're not here at Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights for our 6-week event. There are other folks from the southwestern Indiana building trades that get involved, and really those are only the people that are involved with setup and takedown and maintaining things throughout the event. We also have up to 8 volunteers every single night from the light display sponsors or from families in town that have received services from the Easter Seals Rehab Center, or just organizations that would really like to give their support. They greet the vehicles as they come through and of course collect the funds and take donations. We have a lot of folks who give some extra donations as they come through, and every single volunteer is important. We couldn't do it without them, and when you add it up, it's really hundreds of people that are involved every year to make it happen.
So, Paul, how long does it take the volunteers who help set up Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights to put it all together?
In man hours, it probably takes about 1,500 man hours, which consists of about 3 weekends, mainly Saturdays, and then they'll work through the week, smaller groups of people who work through the week in between those 3 weekends.
So I understand the proceeds from the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights goes to benefit the Easter Seals Rehab Center, and this must be a major fundraiser for you guys.
Yeah, through the years, this has grown into one of our top 2 fundraisers each year. In good years, we are able to raise over $100,000 in net proceeds from this 6-week event. So you can imagine it's really become crucial to our mission of being able to provide therapy sessions for kids and adults with disabilities from throughout the tri-state, even if they can't afford to pay for those life-changing services that we offer. Thousands of children and adults each year benefit by being able to get the speech therapy, occupational and physical therapy that they need to reach their goals for independence. So You know, when people come through Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights, not only are they enjoying a great show, but they're really giving back to the community and to local people with disabilities that really want the same opportunities we all have to live, learn, work, and play here in our community.
80,061 bulbs are used in the displays of this year's show. So Paul, how many years have you participated in the setup of the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights?
I've personally participated for 16 years, since it began.
Have you noticed any big changes in the setup or any differences in the new displays?
Yeah, we went through several changes. We went to bigger displays over the years. We've went to obviously a lot more displays over the years. And we've changed, especially one display this year, we've changed to green technology, and it's being powered by solar and wind generation, and also it has been lamped with LEDs.
The combined wattage of all the displays is 400,307. Everyone who visits the Ritzy Fantasy of Lights obviously has their favorite displays. Mine personally is the reindeers. Can you tell me yours?
Well, it's really hard every year to pick a favorite, especially when we add new displays every single year. We're up to 61 displays now, the most we've ever had. But there's one that really is near and dear to my heart, and that is the little boy in a wheelchair decorating a Christmas tree, because that's just such a great reminder of why the event exists, what our mission is at the Easter Seals Rehabilitation Center. So every year I have to look for that one. It's my very favorite.
Do you have a favorite too, Paul?
Yeah, I do. It's a patriotic display. It's the last display you see as you go out. We actually sponsor that display. That's the one you'll see this year that's powered by the green technology that I spoke about earlier. And like I say, that's the display that the IBW and NECA sponsors. And again, it's the last one you'll see as you leave. It'll be the fireworks, the patriotic display.
All right, well, thank you for meeting with us today.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you, Chris.